room and what's it called? Or feel free actually to unmute yourself right now because we do have some time. So I want to kind of get through that first and then go into today's session. So if anybody has any questions regarding something they don't understand, it could be stochastic indicator, RSI, Fibonacci, what's that stuff called, harmonic scanner, and all of that. Or it could be about a seasonality tool, probability tool, the COT report. It could be a little bit about cryptocurrency or whatnot. You understand? Um, I'm hoping to answering any of those questions, and we can actually answer it together. If someone else has the answer to it, then they can answer it, right? So if anyone has that, you can just post it in the chat room, or feel free to unmute yourself. It's fine. All right. Um. So before I get going, I want to open things up, make things a little bit more easily accessible. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna quickly revise on last week's trade. The gold trade actually just went all the way south. To be quite frank, the USD JPY is getting ready to move. So we said USD JPY we're trading on Friday, and we're expecting it to come to the EMA lines, and which it almost did. It didn't get to the EMA like on Thursday was about 17 pips off. Now it's about 24 pips off, but on Friday was the entry date anyway. We're expecting it to go up. It did a little bit of up, a little bit of upstyle candle. It's kind of like a dodge, but not a dodge. It's kind of like shooting star or something like that. Well, no, it's not shooting star. The opposite. This is shooting star. So so it kind of did like a slightly dodge, but still on the buy section, which still validates that the buy is coming into play. Keep in mind, it did kind of a slight double top right here. But regardless, the USD JPY is still in play for the long anyway. The gold, on the other hand, this literally just piped down. Literally piped down because I remember, if I'm not mistaken, we're meant to go in. I'm not sure which date we're meant to go in, but we're meant to go in waiting for price to pull like 100 pips. One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, we're waiting for price to pull like 100 pips. That was the plan. So, and we had like a very small entry zone, which price didn't really give an entry. So what I personally did was I went in on I think it should be the 4 hour. Yeah, I went in on the 4 hour right here. Was able to just scrape a little bit, then go kicked out of the trade anyway. So this one didn't happen because we're meant to go out on Wednesday anyway. And on Wednesday, price literally just fall. So the Wednesday, it happened on Wednesday, what we're expected to happen on Wednesday, which is coming down. But I think, yeah, it should be Wednesday. But the move that was meant to go up didn't really happen, didn't even take off at all. So the buying power wasn't much from the COT. Really didn't give that much kick to it. So, but I'm just gonna go through it right here, just revise straight and see what happened, and then make better decisions. So this was the day I was meant to go out anyway on the 19th of '06. But we said, let me see. So 19th is yesterday, which is just it. But I remember when we checked, I think it was a probability that we checked or something. The exit should have been Wednesday. So I remember saying Wednesday on that. So just quickly slide. Yeah, so the exit was Wednesday, which was the maximum time because everything here became 50-50. So the exit was Wednesday right here on the 16th rather than waiting. But what happened that on that 16th anyway, when the exit is meant to be, price started bottoming out as expected. So you should be like being out by the 16th anyway. So the 16th right here, price started bottoming out when it was coming close to the evening time. So it literally consolidated pretty much, and then evening time around 9 that it states right here, price started falling, which was expected, but in all respect, the up move didn't really happen as we expected it to go. So that's that. Now let me see. Does anyone have any questions about anything they want me to solve? No, it seems everybody's up to track. So okay, in that case, then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go through same routine as before. Try to see what's happening with gold. Now, with what I'm seeing right here is 510 taking up position from the short side. It does look good, but because of gold has literally given me a bite, last week, I'm not gonna really mess around with it that much until there's literally a decent opportunity. I mean, right here might give us a kickback, between the 23rd and 24th, but that's 1 day move. I do not trade 1 day move. 1 day move is super, super risky for me anyway. But looking at price, you should be able to tell. Gold is literally going to kick back up. I mean, I probably have some, I can't remember when I drew this, but probably have some support region right here. So gold is most likely going to kick back from around maybe that region just to go up a little bit, because once price drops like this, it will pull back. Will pull back. Minimum pullback at least 200 EMA on a daily minimum pullback. So at least 500 and some pips. But before that happens, it could it could consolidate a little bit before that happens. So with gold, I'm not really gonna mess with gold that much this week. Doesn't really look too good for me anyway. So let's see CHF. Right, let's see what's happening with CHF. Um, so 20 21st. Okay, 23rd. CHF look is gonna fall. And yeah, these guys are preparing for that fall anyway. So, you know, that fall on the 24th, which is Thursday. Now, keep in mind, this could happen before Thursday because, today is the 20th. It could start happening from tomorrow. But it literally depends, it depends on what the market is currently saying. But I would rather be safe than sorry. On the 23rd, 23rd seems to be ideal. So which is Wednesday. Wednesday seems to be a little bit more ideal. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna quickly check if I can find any CHF pair that's gonna give me that that conviction of saying, Wednesday is gonna go down. So I'm just gonna load up all the CHF pairs that I have right here. Right. So let's see what we have on the 23rd. Um, Also, I figured that because I haven't been posting on the Telegram group, I haven't actually been posting that much on what I'm trading like before, because I tend not to want to give people, the wrong, the kind of the wrong perception of trading, you know. So I tend not to post like the way I used to before. The people that have been with me for a long time know that I do post my profit a lot, and I stopped doing that. And I announced before I stopped. I don't know. I might continue doing that because I think because I don't post that, people might think I'm not trading. I'm actually trading. I'm just not posting it. So I might start doing that back. I'm still kind of in between. I'm trying to weigh the pros and cons of it, if I should or if I should not, because certain people do come and ask me for cash afterwards because of they see me posting, profits and everything, and I'm just trying to avoid that kind of scenario. But regardless, I might continue doing that, but I'll let you guys know. So that being said, 23rd is when we're looking for a move, on the CHF scale. So we wanted to go down on the 23rd. So with this, the JPY, it doesn't really look that good. So I'm just going to X that. With the euro, so euro has to go up from that 23rd. And euro does actually look like it, but this 50-50 is a bit iffy for me. But everything apart from that still looks good. So we can actually try to look into euro. We can look into euro CHF and see what it's saying first. Right. So okay, it's actually already going up. So what I can see just by looking at this region is this consolidation region right here is more like an order block. The people that understand order block knows that when you see, you know, pockets like this, it's kind of like pocket of liquidity. Price always comes there and tends to reject from somewhere within that point. So, and from what I've seen anyway, the price was rejected from 200 moving average. It did break through, but then kicked back in. So now price is stuck between the 50, 20, and the 200. And since we're going in on the 23rd, hopefully, fingers crossed, price actually comes back here to retest the 200 moving average. If price does retest the 200 moving average, that would be a very okay support region to go in. I mean, it would be a very nice support region to go into the trade and pick up a buy. So what I'm gonna do, I just want to load on PZ support and resistance just to be able to identify which region would be best, would be ideal for the entry. Okay, beautiful. Now from PZ support and resistance, right? This is what we notice. We notice that this zone right here, you know, I highlighted this green zone, but price is telling me just around here, just slightly below the 200 moving average would be the ideal entry. Now, this right here, the Williams right here showing down, that is scary to me in this trade. If the Williams is showing down, I kind of still want to take the trade, but it kind of shows me that everything isn't fully aligned yet. So what I would do is, since we're trading on Wednesday, I want to see on Monday, Tuesday what would happen on the William. I can check the William on a lower time frame, like the 4 hours. I mean, with the 4 hours, I can see it's pushing up a little bit, but that's not sufficient for me. So what I would do is I'll wait for price to actually start moving just a little bit of bump to the upside, maybe on Monday or Tuesday. If I see that bump to the upside on Monday or Tuesday, that gives me a little bit more confidence to go into this trade. But just by looking at this trade anyway, the entry zone is going to be around this 1.089. So almost 1.9, nah, 1.90 might be too much. So right here, um, 1.90 will be right here. I mean, just before, so that'll be too much to go in right here. I would actually wait for it to come back a little bit down, pierce the 1.90. So the round number, pierce the round number, and then come somewhere down here. So what I would do in this scenario is wait for price to come all the way somewhere around here, then take the trade to go up, you know, with the Euro CHF. So if I load up, you know, so I can put Euro CHF for the buy. Keep in mind, we're still in the JPY trade anyway, the one from last week. That is still in play because on Friday that did do a little slight buy, but the buy might actually continue throughout this week. So Euro CHF, so we're going to buy that one, and the main reason is this, because of this move that's about to happen here. So I want to exit this trade maximum by the 26th, maximum the 26th, which would be, I think that would be on a Saturday. So you just want to go in on Wednesday, exit by Friday because of that pullback that is coming. Then we come back next week on the 29th, next week Tuesday, and then ride it one more time. Or we actually come back on the 1st of next month and ride it all the way down. So what we can do is just capitalize on that move. So this move is already happening. You know, the maximum point that we expected it to get to was on the 18th right here. Between 17th, should be between 17 right here and 18th. And ideally, between that time up until now, price should consolidate at least. You know, but if we check price started pulling back from the 14th of 06. Okay, so just so literally price started pulling back just a little bit early. It was like how many few days early. So it was like 3 days early, prices started pulling back, you know, started consolidating. And I personally still see that as a good sign anyway to trade it. But what I will still do is I will still wait for this 23rd to activate and then go down. And as I said, that could happen slightly before, but I will still wait to the 23rd. before I make any move on the sell of that one. So of the sell on CHF, which is then against the euro, which is a buy. So buy on Wednesday, exit Friday. All right. So that's that one with the euro CHF. I can check USD CHF as well. Same concept apply. We're expecting USD to go up while CHF goes down. So um, let's see. So with this, it doesn't really look like it. So I'm just gonna let that go. Same concept with CAD applies. All right. Doesn't look like it. Let it go. GBP. All right, GBP seems to be okay, but then this is scary right here. No, actually, that's the wrong time I'm looking at. Apologies. Yeah, no, it doesn't really look good. It gives us this date, but then pulls again 2 days after. It doesn't really look that good. Um, go AUD. All right. Okay. With AUD, maybe, you know, maybe we have 2 days, then we have that one day. By the way, I didn't put this one. This one's medium risk. Actually, it can't be medium because we had a 50-50. So this is slightly out on the higher risk. We had a 50-50, and we have the William not pointing in that direction as well. So let's check AUD CHF. AUD CHF does give that buy here, then sell, then buy. So what I'm gonna do in this scenario is let's see what AUD CHF is saying. All right. Okay. This is looking down. This is also looking down. Now we're expecting AUD to get stronger, but AUD doesn't seem to want to get strong. Let me see, right on the 16th. Right. Okay. 17. You know what, guys? Just by looking at this AUD, and no matter, I know that the alignment is in play, but I still don't trust it. The way it just broke through the 200 EMA, you know, it's convincing me that this will definitely pull back, but I don't want to risk it. So I wouldn't really want to trade AUD CHF. I might be wrong, you know, it might actually go the direction that we want it. But just by the way I'm looking at it, it just broke out of the consolidation. It might have more downward momentum at the moment. And I don't know what's happening with AUD right now. So I would actually let this trade go and not touch this. So I think, you know, yeah, let me just check NZD as well. Normally, I'll just say I think this is like literally sufficient for that one. And we can look at another pair, but NZD actually looks like we might have something. He has that 3 day straight flush right there, so that's good. So let's see what NZD CHF is saying. Then we'll move to another asset. All right, it's in the consolidation phase, which is a good sign, to be quite frank. It is really, really a good sign. The main reason I said this is a good sign is this. Um, we do know consolidation is meant to play out right here. I mean, it shows it clearly on the 40 years and it slightly shows it on the 5 years. It's only the 15 years that doesn't really show it that much. But because those two are showing it, that's literally a good sign that market is reacting the way we want it to react. So on the 23rd for this one looks more viable for me anyway to trade. So far price doesn't leave this region, you know, I'm okay with that. But also I want the Williams to, you know, push up. So this would be like a medium trade risk. Um, on Wednesday, you would actually have to decide where the ideal support region will be for you to go in. You might want to draw a few trend lines and all of that stuff to just make it more suitable for you. But yeah, NZD CHF seems to be one that might be good for trading. Now, keep in mind, you can always just reanalyze all of this stuff and trade it. Um, trade whichever one you feel is much more applicable to you. Don't just go into because of I did the analysis and everything. You know, you can always pick the one that you feel is most ideal to you anyway, applicable. So that being said, those are two for the CHF. So let's check another asset. Oh, let's pull out something else. All right, close this. Okay, this looks good. All right, JPY does have a massive sellout coming. So let me see if we actually can find something. This one got me a little bit excited. Right. If we do have a sell on them on the seasonal chart, then that would be very good. That would be very good. So 20. We have it up until just Wednesday. Now this is risky, but might be something. Yeah, we have it Monday to Wednesday. Might be something that we might be able to capitalize on. Right. So we're expecting JPY to fall. CHF. I would leave CHF JPY alone because we're already expecting CHF to fall anyway. So let's check the other JPYs. All right. Okay. Right. So Euro with this one, since JPY is falling, we're expecting Euro JPY to go up, but the probability doesn't really look good for that. So I'll let that go. Go to the next one. I want to see. Okay. We exited on Wednesday anyway, so this 50-50 still looks okay. So USD JPY looks okay. So let me pull up USD JPY. All right. Now this is slightly not looking good also on the William. William is like pointing down. Those are things I consider to make a trade of low risk. If this was pointing up, then looks more like a lower risk, but this is still a medium risk trade for me. So um hmm, this is kind of the ones that you have to think twice about, because what I'm seeing right here is price is practically trying to do a double top. Some people can classify this as a double top anyway, that it's done it. So, and because it's been going up for so long, price has practically been going up from here, from all the way down here since the start of yeah, apologies. I noticed that. USD and AUD USD. I'll check NZD USD and AUD USD. Thank you. I'll check them. Apologies. I don't know why the sound card keeps disconnecting. I think it works better with a Mac or something. Um, um, okay. So Monday, Wednesday will be exit. You should exit before Wednesday because Wednesday seems to be a 50-50. So I will still classify this as medium risk, even though it does look good, but because of prices been going up for so long, and that also uh, this right here doesn't really look that good. So let me see. I think we have time. NZD USD, USD. Okay. I'll pop into NZD USD and AUD USD in 2 seconds. Just give me 2 seconds. Right. We only have like 11 minutes left anyway, so I should be able to cover that. Okay, so CAD JPY doesn't really look good. Let's see what GBP is saying. Even though I don't really like the GBP asset, it's very, very volatile. Right. It does give that 2 days as well. So GBP JPY also gives 2 days. All right. Now this is falling twice in a row, so definitely a pullback is coming. Yep. And just by looking at things anyway, you could tell that around here could be a very good place for the other block. Let's check what it looks like on the 4 hours. There isn't any support region there on the 4 hours. So price retest. Hasn't retested yet. So banking on this region right here. Let's see, can I find a supported bang on right here. That's where it kicked off. Okay, so with this one, for example, GBP JPY, still same principle applies. It doesn't really give a buy. For some reason this week, everything doesn't really fully align with the Williams spread, so I will be very careful. So what I'll do is GBP JPY. I'm just gonna say buy Monday, take out Wednesday. Same exact principle as the USD. Now I'm choosing medium risk because this doesn't really give me anything. And keep in mind, there isn't any support region based on the support and resistance. But if you do have a support and resistance indicator, it should give you an ideal place. What I can look at is most likely price is going to get to somewhere around here before price start moving back up anyway. And if price has been falling this long, I bet you price is going to definitely pull back up for a recorrection. So that's fine. All right, so let's go check NZD USD. So for this week, right, let's see. So I mean, to quickly go through that, I would actually just load up the probability for NZD USD and AUD USD. So right, that's probability and AUD USD probability. Now let me just see. USD, NZD, and AUD. So let's see what that's saying. So AUD does look good on the probability on the COT report. It actually has a much more buying power coming into play this week. USD doesn't really look that good. And right, I think this one is stuck. All right. Yeah. Oh wow, what did I just look at? Oh, NZD doesn't really look that good, and USD neither does not look that good. So, but AUD does look okay. So what I can do is I can check the. Let's see what the USD is saying. USD is meant to actually lose strength, but not now. So 20th. Okay. So let me see what NZD USD is saying. Or AUD USD, whichever one I find first. Okay, I found AUD first. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Okay. AUD has been falling, and I think they must have reversed that. Yeah, they did put. They're trying to rescue the AUD right here. And that's why we have that massive buying power coming into play. So I think it'll be actually good for those assets that are falling. So assets against CHF, for example, AUD CHF might actually be good this week, and AUD JPY might also be good. But we'll check. We don't have time to check all of that. So yeah, that doesn't look okay. Let me just focus on the AUD. I want to see what the AUD has to offer in terms of long? Are they just trying to kick it back up just to get some volume back in because of his falling, or not? Yeah, it looks like it seems like that's what they're about to do. AUD is meant to be losing strength all the way from here. Let's even say here from from April. From April, end of April, AUD is meant to lose strength. So yeah, so the end of April, somewhere around here, it's meant to lose strength. But it did. It didn't lose the strength immediately. It started losing the strength from the 10th, and then start bottoming out. Did a bit of a consolidation. So with these guys, it's telling me on the 5th they should lose energy, but the move actually started here on the 10 right here. So where the 40 and the 15 years set it, and then it did show it was going to consolidate. So the 20th now. Okay, now this is a rough graph for me in terms of the AUD. I wouldn't even want to touch it because of it's very rough. Now it does on two of the graph. It does show that it's gonna go down from the 21st. We should be looking at down, but 23rd seems to be the ideal place to look for a down for a sell with the AUD. Now I wouldn't want to touch it, man. What I'll be looking for is most likely price coming all the way down here with the AUD USD and then kicking back up. In regards to, I mean, it's following what the wheel is saying, which is also lovely. I mean, I like the fact that it's doing that, but personally, I just wouldn't want to touch it right now. That's my personal opinion. It doesn't really align with all the stuff that the way that I normally trade. So I'll let that go. So let's look at NZD USD and see maybe there might be a clearer picture with that one. Even though the COT report doesn't really give, it doesn't really give something clear with it, but yeah, this is pierce through. I mean, this is falling. So the only thing I can actually see with this one in the NZD is there's just a tiny bit of buying power into play. Now, with that small bit of buying power in play, let me see what the chart is saying. Let me see. All right. Now, excuse me if I'm moving very fast for you. I'm literally doing calculations in my mind and seeing if it'll be an ideal trade. So from the 21st, we do have a 54, then that. So that's yeah, right. I mean, looking at it, same goes. Only two of them slightly aligns with this. It aligns up until the 22nd, which is just 2 days. So 21st, 22nd, then we have that falling again. You know, NZD was meant to fall from the 13th, and if I'm not mistaken, NZD actually started falling. It so it started falling actually from the 10th, no 11th. So right here, 14 right here, uh, you know, it did just a tiny bit of a buy power, just about 13 pips. Then it started falling exactly as predicted right here. So on the 13th, it's meant to fall right here. Right. So 13th was a Sunday, which 14th was a Monday, and then it started falling on the Tuesday. So what you're gonna see is just this small buying power in play. So there's gonna be a small pullback. There's gonna be a tiny pullback. I wouldn't want to capitalize on that pullback because I do not trade. I do not trade small. Like if the moves are too small, it seems to be more risky. Over time, what I've learned is the smaller the move is, it's risky. I mean, this supports it. The probability supports it that the Monday and the Tuesday will give that pullback, which we can see right here. The Monday and the Tuesday, it gives that pullback. But then on the Wednesday, which is the 15 years and the 21 years, tend to tell it like it's going to go down. Only the 5 years say it's going to last till Wednesday. So there's most likely going to be a pullback tomorrow and next tomorrow on that asset. So on NZD USD, you're most likely going to see a small pullback, maybe to the 200 moving average, then most likely continuation of the downtrend, probably gets to a new level. Okay, that's literally all we have time for. I mean, I'd have actually loved to do more analysis and see more trades, but um, I only have time for these four trades. They're literally similar pairs. I mean, two from the same asset, from the same futures asset. So two from CHF, two from JPY. So these are what most likely going to be looking at to trade this week. I'm still going to do more analysis for my own self as well, and then see what I'm going to trade, what I'm going to trade as the week comes. So that literally sums it up for today's webinar, guys. Thank you very much for attending. If you have questions, try to chat with me in the chat room. I know I haven't been active as I normally used to be. I mean, there's so many things I'm running at the same time. So, but what I would do is I would try as much as possible and start posting, the trades that I'm taking like I used to before, just to, get you guys a little bit motivated, and but I don't want to send the wrong pictures to people and say, okay, you know what, I'm sending you this because of this is how much there's a potential of making. It kind of gives different contracts there to people anyway. Well, thank you very much for attending the webinar, guys. If you have any questions, drop it on the chat room and I'll be able to get back to you. Thank you and God bless you guys. Take care.